Poisonrana.
First time in a long time, but back like I never left. Taking each day as it comes, you know me, I don't read ahead. Watch me burn down everything, BDE on the TV set. When I'm in control on the road, you can never really know what's up next.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcast app you choose to use.
And of course, youtube.com/postwrestling. Or should we say MC Braden Herrington and Lowdown Davie P?
The hell is that?
Oh, you don't listen to John and Wade, do you?
No.
Apparently that's our names for the
MC Brady.
for the post show. MC Braden Herrington, full named you,
Is that a
and Lowdown Davie P.
They're just doxing me is my nickname, and the Lowdown Davie P.
I don't know why I'm low down.
Did they use an AI generator to come up with these?
I
names?
think so. I think so.
I mean, you've been going by Davie P, and I'm the Brady. So what have other names people have? You were extra saucy.
Extra saucy, yeah.
Lately though, so like there's the Photoshop pictures, or are they Photoshop pictures of me in WH Park? But I'm in my
With the body swap.
yeah head swap.
Yeah.
He wishes. No. I've always worn this Bruiser Brody shirt, but we go to this bar, and this one guy we see sometimes without me wearing the shirt, so it's just coincidence. He used to go Davie and Bruiser Brady. So I'm like, oh, I could run with that.
Bruiser Brady.
I like Bruiser Brady. And then Siino was telling me, friend of the show, Siino, obviously, he was saying, why don't you be the Brailian?
The Brailian.
Or is that what I call my fans? The Brailians.
Brailians.
Yeah, because I'm out there.
Would I be a Davelian?
That one doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the shop on that one, but you're extra saucy.
I'm extra saucy DVP.
Or as some people know us as watermelon jellyfish.
Watermelon jellyfish, yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know what the we're talking about right now, I'm so sorry. Welcome to an NXT podcast.
Yes, we talk about NXT every Tuesday night. We watch it, we talk about it to you on the Post Wrestling feed. Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Hello, welcome to the show. It is a Tuesday night, and we just watched NXT, and we're going to talk all about it. But it's been a wrestling heavy weekend.
So much wrestling.
This is a hangover edition.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get them with NXT anymore.
It's a lull hangover.
We had angles tonight. We had matches tonight.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days, but yeah.
Free
agency running wild in WWE right now.
Yeah, that's right. If you listen to our review of NXT Battleground, we also chatted about Night of Champions and Double or Nothing over on this very feed just yesterday, actually. So go check that out if you haven't. You would have heard me say, wow, I'm sorry, Shawn Michaels. NXT is just great again. You've done it. And then 24 hours later, bum-ass Corbin shows up on TV, and I went, wow, I'm never going to say that again.
I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to get the run of his life right now.
The lone wolf.
It took you a long time to turn around on Sheamus. I think 2023 is Baron's year.
Maybe they'll get his own.
What I've always wanted to know, I've probably said this on the show before, is Baron his name or his title?
Baron Corbin.
Like, is he a Baron? Because he then became a king, he then became happy, and then he became bum-ass.
Yeah.
And now he's back to
he's always been bum-ass. But...
And now he's just back to being a Baron.
You know what? I'll give the devil his due. I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. Definitely one of my least favorite, longtime listeners know, one of my least favorite wrestlers of all time. But, least favorite wrestler. The guy on social media seems like a great dude. He also knows how to barbecue. He always posting his cooking and his stuff. So I'm like, man, I bet me and this guy would be best friends, but I don't
give him a chance. Give Baron Corbin NXT another chance. Give Baron Corbin a chance.
You heard it right. Give Baron Corbin a chance.
Mello don't miss. So like, I don't know. It could be crazy. Yeah. It could be great.
It'll be crazy.
It could be nuts.
The world will be going wild about it. We'll jump into some NXT chat as well. Like I said, we did a whole review of Battleground from this weekend, which was an awesome show, by the way. Like, NXT definitely knocked it out the park. AEW, maybe not the same.
Two incredible main events,
Yeah,
though, for
absolutely.
AEW, but definitely the consistency of the show didn't reach the level of previous AEW pay-per-views, for sure.
Night of Champions, also super hot show with lots coming out of it and some pretty good matches as well. But yeah, a whole review on that over on this show just from yesterday. But we do a lot of other shows that we can definitely do some quick plugs. It's the beginning of a new month in like a day or two, and means it's a good time to sign up to the Poisonrana Patreon, patreon.com/Poisonrana, because it's only $5 to become a friend of the show and get access to everything that we've done, including all the retro pay-per-view reviews, all the wasNXT, everything. But we've also been working on a schedule for this upcoming month, including a show coming out this week. We were so inspired by his
great performance,
his like inclusion. He
Double or
just like made the whole show come together, and
Yeah.
if without him, I don't know if Double or Nothing would have been the show it was.
it definitely sold those extra tickets. on
Yeah,
the day.
all those extra tickets. Like we thought that since he just stole the show at Double or Nothing, that we would finally give a whole podcast dedicated to Sabu.
Yes.
Best match ever, Sabu, coming out this weekend. So we would love some recommendations.
Absolutely.
Of all your favorite
there's
Sabu
going to be
matches.
some crazy matches we're talking about. I think this one's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, best match ever, Sabu.
Sabu, think about it. All the barbed wire.
We always enjoy going back. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of ECW matches we're going to talk about, but I hear there's some other promotions we might be talking about as well.
Oh yeah. Lots of interesting stuff. Other stuff that's coming out next week over on the Patreon as well. We're going to be reviewing Suicide Squad, thanks to family member patron Rob McDonald, Emmy Award-winning
Rob McDonald,
who's chosen this movie to kind of continue with our Batman reviews and stuff. So that's just a few shows coming out this month. We will be posting and talking about some other stuff coming out. But yeah, lots and lots of podcasts. We just did a best match ever. We did a great Muda and a KG Mudo with WH, a two-parter there. If you're into those kinds of shows, as well as like the Rey Mysterio part 1 and 2 as well. Lots and lots of podcasts. It's only $5 to get access to these shows.
We'll be throwing up a poll as well, as July 1st will be Money in the Bank. So at the end of the month, we want to do a retro Money in the Bank review. So join the Facebook group, because we often look to you for guidance with what we should talk about. So we'll be throwing up a few Money in the Bank pay-per-views up there for you to choose for us.
Yeah, you guys get to decide what we will be reviewing when it comes to that. And then we have a big show. Or I think this one's coming out for free, though.
This one is coming out for free tomorrow night / Thursday morning. We'll see how long it takes to upload. But yes, the series finale of The Sesh. And we've assembled quite a group to talk about this.
We got our own disgusting brothers.
We do,
John and Way.
John Way, yourself, myself. John doesn't think you're on the show, so let's see if he's actually listened to this show by the time we record, because it might be a surprise for him when you
I'll
show
just
up.
pop up. Hey.
Hello. But yeah, I watched the finale yesterday. No spoilers in the chat. Braden's still got a couple of episodes to go.
That's right.
But yeah, very much looking forward to talking about the end of this show. It's been a really fun podcast to do, being able to chat with a different guest every single week over the last 2 seasons. And maybe saving the best till last with our family in the post-wrestling crew.
We're like our own Roys. Right?
Yeah.
The power, the post.
Which one would
family.
you be?
You got to listen to the show, baby.
Oh, well, okay. We'll decide
we
who's
can't give
who.
that away. But I think I know who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like kind of what kind of pictures John Away send to people. No, I'm trying to throw them under the bus as being a Roman, but I don't know. Maybe I would be. So yeah, for any Succession fans out there, HBO programming, you can't miss it. We're gonna talk all about the Succession finale, and that will be out actually for free. So hey, go on the Poisonrana feed, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because you can also get another Shot in the Dark coming out this week with Siino Evil, covering all the other wrestling that you may or may not watch. And on top of that, Siino and B Detroit are going to be having a new Wattup Doe this week as well, talking all about the wrestling from this past weekend rather. And I don't know, hopefully a bunch of
other pop culture, hip hop, etc.
I have a feeling they're going to talk a bit about Spider-Man, not only the Spider-Verse, because I finally got to see the trailer for the new one, which looks nuts, but then also like the Spider-Man 2, the game,
which looks incredible.
Everyone's talking about, so
incredible.
definitely know that those guys are going to talk all about that as well. So those are some free shows over on our free feed, Poisonrana. go hit that subscribe if you haven't already, because we do shows every week, including another one this Sunday where we'll be talking a lot of other stuff. In fact, I want to talk about games, the AEW game, something that we haven't played yet, but now that it's announced and everyone seems to be talking about it,
it's coming out really soon.
Yeah,
yeah, that looks something.
I love PS2. Yeah, so Poisonrana, click that subscribe and everything like that. I was
gonna say, final plug before we move on is while we're talking about the Disgusting Brothers, if you want to hang out with the Disgusting Brothers on June 25th, it's the Forbidden Pour. Tickets are moving. Someone right before we recorded right now just bought 5 tickets.
5? They're
running out. So thank you for everyone who's bought one so far. It's $30 for the entire day. Come and pre-game with us. See John and Waves live podcast. We'll be hosting some games, be doing giveaways, some prizes, and then after the event, come back and hang out for wrestling karaoke and have some fun with us. If you can only do the post part, there are tickets just for that, but $30 for the day. Go to postwrestling.com/live.
Yeah, again, we've been promoting this for a while, but it's coming up now within a month. June 25th in Toronto. Get your tickets before we might not have any more, because they're flying off the shelves, and we can't believe you people out there in the post community and just showing up and buying these tickets. And there's going to be a lot of people, so we can't wait to see you guys. We're going to be hanging out with everybody, getting to hang out with people and do all this fun stuff. We got some prizes coming in. We're going to have some big announcements, hopefully in the next week or so, regarding things going on at the show, which is going to be a lot of fun too. Some games and some trivia. I can tell us that our friends, Big Tom, he's kicking off his whole pure fandom, what is he doing? Wrestling memorabilia and stuff like that. I know he's going to be at the toy show, the awesome toy show. I think June 4th, next week, actually, for any GTA people, go check that out. But Tom from Pure Fandom has decided that we can't have a Forbidden Pour without someone walking out as IWGP World Champion.
Wow.
So he has donated to us a title that we will be somehow giving out via trivia, via games, via someone. And someone will be walking out with a replica IWGP
Whoever
title.
at karaoke can sing a song perfectly in Japanese can walk out as IWGP champion.
I mean, I might be able to do that. I kind of want.
You can't pronounce the wrestler's name properly in Japanese. You are absolutely not winning that.
Yeah. So we want to give it out afterwards? Like,
I don't know. I feel like we've got to tie something into the karaoke later on.
Yeah.
Whether it's to become IWGP World Heavyweight Champion or not.
Well, that's where he's also hooked us up with some masks. That I got a Penta mask and a Liger mask to give out at this event somehow, some way. So go give us our boys a follow at Pure Fandom Shop on Instagram, because they're going to be there in the house, and we'll probably have other wrestling merch for other people to be interested. But yeah, it's going to be a party. So that's something we have announced.
Summer's finally hit the city as well. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be so nice this time next month for Forbidden Door. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot of wrestling going on. Obviously, Forbidden Door is going to be taking over the city. We got a lot of listeners and friends coming into the area, and we're going to be having a lot of fun. But then SummerSlam weekend, we're going to be going to Detroit for that. We'll probably be doing some sort of meetup for anyone in that area. Michigan people, stand up. And then All In, Wembley, we will be there. And hey, look for some announcements in the future for something going on there too. So lots and lots of stuff, no matter where you are in the world. And you're always here in spirit, people.
Yeah.
You're always there. We feel your energy. I'm having some good energy today because I had a great day.
Oh yeah.
I got some edibles, and then I went under the sea and watched The Little Mermaid. But I bought tickets for IMAX, and then when I got there, it said the IMAX projector's broken. So here's a refund. Here's some tickets for like a future movie on us. But do you want to sit in the D-Box theater? The show's starting right now. I said, what the hell is a D-Box? They said it's the moving
around one.
And they're like,
are they just throwing water at you?
They're like, this would be the movie to do this in. I'm like, okay, I've never done that. So I watched Little Mermaid with this like moving chair thing. So I'm just chilling.
Was it 3D as well?
Yeah, it was cool as hell. It was so cool. So I was under the sea.
I saw one of the Hobbit films in D-Box.
Okay, that
was pretty fun. Like whenever the camera pans and you're like,
yeah.
That, if you just listen to the audio, that is the sound of panning, your seat panning.
Yeah, there was no water sprays. That was the only thing it was lacking. But honestly, would recommend 5 out of 5 shells for The Little Mermaid.
No, I really want to see it. I It looks good.
Like, no shame. It just growing up, like, 90s baby, Disney animated movies were my favorite. And you know what? Some of these live action remakes haven't hit as much as maybe I think they should have. Like the Aladdin one. I'm looking at you, Aladdin. That one just, I don't know, something about it just felt different. This one felt like how, as a kid watching that old movie, how it would like kind of look. And Bailey, not Halle Berry, Haley Berry.
Right.
No, Halle Bailey.
Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel, fantastic. Like,
Awesome.
It's just amazing.
No, I really want to see it.
Yeah, I got absolutely lit.
I want to be where the people are, you know?
What are they called again? Oh, yeah.
Feet.
So there. Maybe one day we'll review The Little Mermaid, because, yeah, I just love it. I had to tell my girlfriend, I'm like, yo, I need you to take me, because I don't want to, like, just go by myself. But you know what? There were so many people in the theater, some people by themselves, and full-on dudes were crying.
Yeah.
I didn't cry, but dudes were crying at mer people and mermaids and shit. I was like, okay, this is bigger than I...
Bad, isn't it?
No, it was happy. By the end of the movie, there's a good message.
Why can't we just be able to have feet and sing
At the same
and be
time.
in love? Like,
Yeah, true.
you know, Meatloaf said it best. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, he wasn't on the soundtrack, but the dude from Hamilton is in it who does Sebastian,
Okay.
and he's pretty. Under the Sea gets a nice...
Lin-Manuel Miranda?
No, the other one. He kind of steals the show in Hamilton, I'd say too. But he's in a few other Disney movies too, though. Lin-Manuel. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Really
Go
love
see
it.
Hamilton tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, true. Yeah. You haven't seen like any of it, right?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. It's really fun. But yeah, I went to the theaters, and now that I got free tickets to a next movie, I am looking at that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think that's in IMAX or something too, because that movie looks absolutely fun and crazy. So, some thoughts on that coming in the near future too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, now we can talk about some NXT.
Shall we do it?
Yeah, Battleground after show.
After party.
Hangover.
Yeah, sure. NXT May 30th, 2023, live from the Capitol Wrestling Center. They are back in Orlando, Florida. They've left LOL, and we're starting things off with a weaponized steel cage match. Gigi Dolin taking on Jacy Jayne. This blood feud. They were best friends. They were almost family. And then Jacy kicked her head in a door and made fun of her whole upbringing and brother and family.
Yeah, I think she was fine with getting kicked in the face through a door.
Don't bring my brother into
Yeah,
it.
once you make fun of my brother, this really upset her.
They've both agreed that this match will be contested under pinfall and submission rules. Escape of the cage will not count.
Should we just get rid of escape in cage matches?
It makes them so
Full
much
stop?
better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So as Gigi's making her entrance, Jacy Jayne jumps her from behind, throws her against the ring steps. In the ring, Jacy gets a leather strap and starts whipping Dolin and tells her to suck it. And then Gigi comes back, puts the trash can on Jacy's head and starts kicking away at it. She drop kicks it into her. And then Gigi gets a baseball bat, but it's not any baseball bat. You know what makes it worse? Leaves.
Yeah, okay, so is this a baseball bat wrapped in, like, it looked like it was like poison
It should
ivy.
be like stinging nettles, that kind of thing.
Is this
right?
not like, is it maybe the thorns of a rose? Is that what she was
Maybe,
going
but
for?
now thinking about it, wrapping a bat in stinging nettles would suck.
What's sting,
Like poison ivy, that kind of
oh,
thing.
yeah, okay.
When you like the slightest touch and like eye going full rashes.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
we need in our next Anarchy in the Arena.
It's a leafy bat.
We've seen the glass, we've seen the thumbtacks, we've seen exploding Jordans. We need stinging nettles.
I mean,
That would
there
be
was that.
fucked.
There was that like weird. What was it? XPW that did like the needle a little while. That was beyond fucked. But getting a little too serious with like poison ivy or what are those like sharp, like thorns, like things.
Yeah.
Those would really suck. So I feel like that's what she was.
This
going
just
for.
looked like leaves, though.
This looked like poison ivy.
Yeah.
Type things. Yeah.
Jacy then catches Gigi with a spine buster onto the trash can and then hits a running neck breaker on top of a bunch of steel chairs that have just been set up in the middle of the ring. Jacy then super kicks Gigi's head into the trash can, very reminiscent of the ding dong hello knock knock spot
Right where she went through the
the door.
Yeah.
And then, but Gigi comes back and hits a choke slam off the top rope through the table and puts an end to Jacy Jayne.
Yeah, I feel like this feud kind of lost steam really quickly, and then they didn't not want to do like a blow off, so they said, "Hey, we'll just do it on like TV." And then it was like, "Hey, actually, you're not main eventing either. It's kind of the opening match." And I feel like the way the crowd reacted, I think we can move on finally from these two kind of interacting with each other in a feud with each other, because
it kind of, putting it on first kind of felt like it was a tack on to Battleground in a way.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like, let's finish all these feuds so now we can set up everything else.
I didn't mind some of the spots. Like there was some cool, like the neck breaker onto a pile of chairs. That's gotta suck, but it looked cool. Like get spine buster through the table up for the finish, like, or the choke slam kind of move. Like there was cool stuff, but I've definitely just not.
I thought this was easily their best match.
Way
they've
better
had.
than before, yeah.
And I thought they both really actually laid it in pretty thick. There were, I think Jacy was busted open at the end. Booker actually looked pretty concerned when they cut to
Jacy's like arm or something.
Yeah, they cut to the commentary desk after, and Vic's like talking, and Booker's distracted, and he's like, "I'm kind of worried about Jacy Jayne."
Maybe it was from the bat.
Yeah.
Every rose has its thorn.
But no, I thought it was pretty good, and I actually thought this crowd did get really into it. I thought this was their best match, but I am ready to see where they go next.
Yeah, I mean, Gigi now could be like a babyface contender for Tiffany and her title.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you could go to. Not really sure what you do with Jacy Jayne, but yeah.
Yeah. Wesley is being interviewed by Mackenzie Mitchell. He is now the longest reigning champion with 10 successful defenses of the North American Championship.
That's all?
10.
10? I feel like he's done.
This used to get flip-flopped a lot.
Okay.
Like, if you think of, like, Gargano's reign, of Keith Lee's reign,
yeah.
of, like, I don't remember. It used to be this thing would change hands at most takeovers, it felt like.
Okay, yeah.
When Adam Cole ricocheted, and it kind of flopped
It
around
did flip
quite a
around,
lot.
yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. But
So
10, he's only defended it 10 times.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying only, because he's defended it, like, probably the most.
10 times since Halloween Havoc, which was
Long time.
probably in December, knowing the way NXT have been.
Yeah.
So he says he's pumped, and he's like, and then he's like, oh, I'm pretty sore too after the match on Sunday. And he says, I had no idea how long this would be riding with me, but I'm willing to keep on going on this journey. That's when the Dyads show up, and they say, we've been sent here as a reminder. It looks like they're about to attack Wes, when Tyler Bate shows up and says, you want to mess with Wes, then you mess with me. Kind of scares them off and says, look, I said Sunday was always going to be in the spirit of competition. Now that's over. I'm still your friend. So yeah, I'm still waiting for that swerve, but it doesn't seem to be coming quite yet.
Yeah, maybe it's not coming at all, but perhaps. But yeah, Tyler Bate saying, hey, I'm still your mate.
So setting up a tag match for later tonight, Wesley and Tyler Bate taking on the Dyad.
Yeah, which sounds good.
We see clips of Tony D'Angelo getting his mugshot taken.
They got our boy.
And my only question from this is, it sounds like they caught him
sounds
again.
like they got him right now, yeah.
Is he really 6'2"?
I don't know. I'm shy. I'm in between 6'1" and 6'2", and I feel like I'm probably taller than Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a tall one. Why does it always come up in meters on the Google?
I love, this is what, the mugshot, right? Tony D
It
getting
says he's
his
6 foot on Google, so yeah.
6'2".
Yeah.
That's in Italian. 6'2" in Italian. I don't think I know many Italians that are taller than 6'2".
Yeah, who's a taller Italian?
I mean, our friend Big Tom is Italian. He's
That's
like 7
true. He's
fucking
like a
feet tall, so-
ginormous. Wasn't the Hulk
Is the Hulk Italian?
Italian? Lou Ferrigno?
That's I don't know. Is
It's Lou Ferrigno.
I mean,
Is he Italian?
fair enough. Fair play. Maybe
Not like the comic book.
Is the Hulk Italian?
You should
I mean,
be.
the guy who played him in the old show, yeah, Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, he's probably.
Still waiting for that NXT Italy.
But we never got it because you can't pick them out in an airport because they're all short.
so small.
Or they're all tall.
Yeah. I don't know. We go to the Gallus boys, and they're like congratulating each other over the win at the weekend. They say the Creeds are tough, but let's chalk it up to another win for the Gallus boys. And when is anyone going to step into our kingdom? And they said, I thought it would be Tony D and Stax, but he can't under his circumstances. They're making fun of D'Angelo.
Yeah, they start to mock him. They go, "Oh, it wasn't me, officer," and they're doing like the Italian.
Actually,
poses.
sounded the clearest they've ever sounded.
I actually understood them when he said, "Forget about it." I was like, "Wait, can you just talk like that?"
And this is when Stack shows up and he says, I know it was you who snitched on Tony D. And they deny it. They go, no, it wasn't us. It wasn't us at all. And they go, well, snitches get stitches. And Stacks punches them. And then they all start to rumble. And Mark was actually beating up Stacks quite a bit here. Some stiff shots to the ribs.
Stitches for sure here, but on the other guy, I mean, you know, it is true. Snitches do get stitches. Like, it always comes back to you. If you snitch, it's over, fam. But this is clearly clearing Stacks' name now, right?
Or
because we were
or
like,
is he one of these smart guys where, like, most wrestlers forget that there are cameras everywhere?
Yeah.
He knows Tony's going to be watching.
I mean,
eventually he'll be catching up on NXT once he's out. They have TV.
They have USA Network in the
I
Plink?
think so. I
don't
think
know.
so.
We'll have to ask Dom.
He'll be watching it and he'll be looking at his boy and being like, yeah, he's still fighting for me.
True. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he could next week. You'll have conjugal visits. Oh wait, that means no. Wait, what's the visit with the glass? Is that conjugal visits?
Isn't that when they?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, hold on, wait.
Just visitor hour, right?
Just visiting, bro. Sorry, I don't know. Watch too many mob movies with this shit. But so next week we'll see Stacks visiting and being like, "Yo, I fought in your honor, like these snakes."
You know who else it could be? Sebastian. Haven't heard from him for a while.
Well, I saw him in Little Mermaid today, but
it's different Sebastian.
He's still a character. He's been. All of those characters have been dropped, it seems. Where have those people been?
Yeah, they've not got much more material.
Kiana, Brooks, where are they at?
Carmelo Hayes, the new the retaining NXT champion, comes out, and Trick says, let's get straight to business. We went to your hometown and for Battleground, and you still left as champion. Melo says Battleground was exactly that. It was a battle. And Melo's going to be brazy. Did he say?
Yeah, you know what that means?
No.
Have you ever heard that word before?
No.
One of our good friends, Scorpio Sam, says this word often.
Okay.
So I'm happy that I know he's happy that it finally got onto WWE television, but I first learned about it, I think, in music. Right?
What's it mean?
I know people say it instead of saying crazy, but I can't ultimately define it, so I'll be sure to Urban Dictionary it to you while you keep going.
Okay, sounds good. He says, nothing but net and still. And one thing, you got to take shots to make shots. And when it comes to this NXT championship, I ain't never missing. So NXT Battleground was just another brick laid down to the Melo dynasty.
Brazy means crazy, but you replace the C with a B because if you are a blood, you don't use a C because...
That's Crips.
Yeah. So it's brazy.
So if you're a blood, you don't use any words with the letter C?
I mean, right now, Davey, you're wearing a blue t-shirt, so maybe don't say the word brazy. Because you're wearing blue.
Brazy. I do what I want.
You're on the other...
Fucking maverick.
You're on the other opposing side.
I'm on all teams.
You're fucking,
Davey P is for everyone.
Fucking brazy, bro.
It's Pride Month.
Should I be the brazy?
The brazy. So Noam Dar interrupts. He congratulates Melo on his win. And he says, you managed to escape your hometown still champion. You weren't the only one to retain the championship. I successfully defended the Heritage Championship, the most prestigious prize in NXT. And I beat Dragon Lee not once, but twice. And Trick says, we don't have time to talk about how it took 4 of you to win a match. You interrupted Trick and Melo game, and that's a super no. Make him play on the supernova. And your championship puts you at a high level, but this puts me on the highest level. And you may have beaten Dragon twice, but you couldn't even beat me once. And then Dar takes a page out of fellow cruiserweight TJP's book and goes da 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 da, and says the adults are talking. It sounds like a challenge. Put the NXT championship on the line to me tonight. And Trick goes, look, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get Melo when he's tired. He's come off a hard match, and you're trying to get him when he's down. Dar says, well, obviously, yes, obviously that's what I'm doing. But like all these NBA stars, you're counting your minutes, and you're making it easy for yourself. You don't want to come out night after night after night like me, and it's difficult to miss when you've got low management. So Melo agrees and puts the title on the line.
I really loved. First of all, it's kind of a shock that Noam Dar is the one to interrupt him, but already a huge fan of him and his whole clique here, his whole gang. they come out and he was being booed so loud that you almost couldn't hear him. And Mello was like, actually, like, looked like he was corpse and he was laughing. And then he was kind of like, keep doing it, keep doing it. And you could not hear him for a while because they were just booing him to be like, just to be funny. And I thought that was like added on into the segment. And Dar kind of stepping into this got me kind of hyped. Like, I think after his performance, not just on Sunday, but like last week, I've really just grown to re-like this guy a whole lot. Like,
I think they
list right away.
It's clear they've just in a short space of time gone like, right, let's put a lot of steam behind this guy. And it's working. I think the new faction he's got going on, I think they look good as a unit. And I think this was a good move for week one after Battleground, kind of have him in that top mix, make us realize that this is a guy, this contender. It feels like he's kind of taken Devlin's role, really, that upper mix heel.
But so like the wrestling is connecting on that same level, but also the character is a bit different, right? It's so like over the top with his Pippi Longstocking braids and his friends hanging out, his new friends that he's found here. Like, I don't know, I'm really into it. So again, his stock, just like, yesterday's price is not today's price. He instantly in a week went up the shot, and clearly putting him now in the main event tonight for the title. Obviously we're like, okay, he's not winning it, but we're like, he's really showed something, I think, and clearly they're behind him.
Cora Jade has a little interview, and she's still upset over the loss to Lyra Valkyria. Because
she's got a black eye.
She's got a black eye, and she says she was practically blind in that match, and says everyone is trying to screw over Cora Jade, and she's kind of in the like heel women's locker room here, it seems. And this is where Ivy Nile comes in and basically tells her to stop her whining because injuries are just part of the game, and you lost fair and square. And Cora says, "Don't give me attitude because your boys couldn't get it done at the weekend and Ava beat your ass." And Ivy reminds her that some of us were on the card, which Ivy wasn't. She was just at ringside.
She was involved, yeah.
She probably got a payday, and others weren't. So this sets up a match for later tonight. What I found weird here is kind of front and center of like these other women in the locker room is Tatum Paxley, who, as far as I'm aware, hasn't resolved her feud with Ivy Nile.
They kind of did, and then they just dropped it. Yeah,
they had like
killing.
one match.
Yeah, she should have just.
And it felt like she should at least be like chirping her or something. And she just seemed like anyone else here, which I found a little odd.
Yeah, no, true. I did notice that was her, but they didn't mention a lot of these people. They were just. They do that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like they did it last week with the dude locker room, and they do that back and forth.
Scripts/Reggie approaches Axiom backstage.
Oh man, this was a laugh.
And he's like, "What's up, Axe? You're rewatching Battleground?"
Axe.
Axe.
I mean, to be fair, if you're wondering, hey, did they drop the nerd part of Axiom's gimmick? No, he's rewatching Battleground on his phone in a
show he wasn't on.
Yeah, a show he wasn't on. They said they
no.
made
You know why? He was watching the Succession finale.
He wasn't watching it.
He wasn't
live,
watching it live.
They made it clear like he was rewatching.
Yeah.
Battleground. I'm like, okay.
Axiom asks, "What are you doing, Reggie? What do you want?"
And Reggie's like, whoa, that's not my name.
Reggie says that was my given name.
That's not my name.
But his people call him Scripts. And Scripts says
his
people call him Scripts. And Scripts says, "I want to thank you. Removing my masks helped me open my eyes. Thank you, Axiom.
I was living in a cave watching shadows on a wall. You helped me. Thank you." And then just walks off. What did I just watch?
I think this was a way of like, when Volta went like, "No, I am Gunther."
Yeah, it was like
this was
exactly
essentially
like
this. It was like acknowledging, "Yep, I'm Reggie, but now on we're calling me Scripts."
Right.
And I had to wear this silly mask for 3 months until maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. Is this leading to like Scripts gonna try and get Axiom to remove his mask?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's finally like, hey, I see the light. You should too. And then
I'm on the opposite. I don't think Axiom should remove his mask.
I need to know if he's handsome or not. I can't remember.
He's handsome but kind of dull.
I mean, he's wearing a mask that's like pretty much just a giant black part over his face, like in between the color.
I think it's an improvement of A-Kid.
Like, hey,
personally.
A-Kid didn't have any juice behind the character at all. Always a good wrestler, but like I can't tell you anything about the character, so maybe it is, right? And we've definitely been saying this for months now. Like, oh,
like this guy's wrestling's really entertaining.
yeah.
And I think if you think of kids, a kid's gonna buy an
kid?
A-Kid figure
Right.
or an Axiom figure.
I mean, you could have him go, no. My people call me Axiom, even though he's not wearing the mask. I think you could just keep the name. I think Axiom's a better name than A-Kid.
Oh, I don't care about the name. I'm talking about the look.
I don't disagree that his look was pretty like boring before, but I'm wondering with the words by Reggie or Scripps here saying, hey, maybe you could see the light too, is what we're going to. I'm sure they'll team up.
They're going to be a tag team for a bit, I think. We go to our next match. Dyad taking on the team of Wesley and Tyler Bate. I did find it funny watching Tyler Bate do his like entrance with the slow roll in the ring with the robe and the towel spot to like Wesley's more kind of headbanging kind of dubstep music. It was kind of funny. Wesley is just so smooth. He hits his nice cartwheel head scissor takedown to rip. Fowler then pushes Bate into the corner, which knocks Wes off the top. And then Bate lures in, I think it's both of Dyad, to the corner where Wes is...
Yeah, he literally reels them in, and then when they come forward, Wes jumps off the top.
Jumps off with a crossbody / arm drag takedown to both, which look really nice. There's then a standoff between all four when they get a bit distracted because Mustafa Ali shows up in the crowd. What's Ali doing?
Yeah. Hey, Booker T actually knew who this person was, which is crazy. So they're important. Ali coming off his, loss, but big spotlight and match against Gunther at Night of Champions. Yeah, he's a free agent, as we've been hearing. So he's here and kind of just shows up. He looked pretty badass, just appearing in the crowd.
Leather jacket, his nice hair.
And then he goes and joins commentary, which is not, what most people do. So I like that.
So on commentary, he's saying he's a free agent and can come anywhere. He says, I almost became a champion, and now I'm obsessed on becoming a champion.
Booker says, hey, man, I really like your hair. And Vic's like, dude, like, ask him a few other questions. Don't just, like, ask him how he got his hair. And he's like, what? I'm sorry. He's got a nice hair, and he's got a nice beard. Leave me alone.
He's still mad about that shampoo commercial. He wants to know if they need someone, right? And Mustafa Ali says that Wesley is the kind of champion he wants to be. And then we go back to the match. Wesley is just hitting these beautiful strikes and counters into a DDT to Fowler. He does his kick, punch, double stomp to the back combo, and then goes to the cardiac kick. But Fowler stops him with a double throat thrust. And then Wes comes back with a double cardiac kick to both of Dyad. And then both Wesley and Tyler Bate hit tandem spiral taps.
Yeah.
Looked really cool.
Both just happen to actually do that move quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tyler hits the Tyler Driver 97 to pick up the win.
Yeah, a pretty fun match. I feel like Wes and the Dyad lads kind of know each other from having matches with MSK and GYV from a few times back in a few years back or so.
And obviously same with Bate, British Strong Style with GYV as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they do definitely have history. I thought it meshed well. I think, I'm really happy that Ali showed up. I think that's really cool. It's just kind of unfortunate it happened during the match because it's a match I kind of was really into and then totally got distracted at the commentary.
I mean, it was a match with a one segment build.
Yeah.
And it's with Dyad, who I like, but
I think this is the kind of turning point that I think they are pretty much like a few weeks ago that felt like, wow, they put on a match that stood out, and now I feel like they're being instantly pushed back to the bottom of the card, if not being gone soon. I don't know. Like, I know they're under contract for months and months and months still, but this felt like a complete, like, you're being buried by these guys. These guys.
It feels like I think they're doing the Roddy thing where they're gonna show up and do what they're told and try and put good matches on in the process. They're gonna have a match with the Creeds coming up, which could be good. But yeah, I like Ali coming in, kind of hinting that maybe Wesley is who he's gonna go after, like as a babyface babyface thing. But look, Ali is a tremendous wrestler. I think he kind of showed everyone that again at Night of Champions on Saturday. And there are so many guys he could have great matches with in NXT.
Oh yeah,
right
Ali,
now.
Tyler Bate, Ali, Wesley. Obviously, that should be the Bash match. I know that's a while away now. But
Ali Wesley.
yeah, I know.
I think so.
I don't know if we could wait that long, but like Ali versus Dragon Lee, Ali versus Noam Dar, Ali versus Mello, Ali versus Braun. There's definitely like unlimited people.
And also,
here.
this is a guy who never really did NXT. He came in, did the Cruiserweight Classic, did 205 live, was obviously on Raw in the Cruiserweight division, and then they split and did it just as 205.
Okay, right.
So he never had an NXT run.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of like big matchups you could do that would definitely bang. So I'm into that.
After the match, Ivy Nile takes out Ava Raine, retribution from Sunday. And then the Creed brothers come out. Joe Gacy is beating up Wesley, and this is where Ali comes out for the save. And yeah, I assume we're getting
this next week,
like a 6-man next week, or the tag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm assuming we're getting Tyler Bate, Wesley, and Ali versus the whole
Schism. Yeah, could even do Ivy and Ava in there as well.
So wait,
maybe.
Sorry, it's not Wes and Tyler, it's the Creeds.
Right, yeah. I think they're building a Creed's Dyad match, but it's whether we get this 6-man before then or not.
Either way, I suspect that Ali is wrestling next Tuesday night on NXT, so look out for that, which could be pretty cool.
We see Drew Gulak giving a class, and Chase U are watching, and they're teaching about a strong submission game. And Thea is determined to get in the ring. She wants to go in and train and learn because she was embarrassed from last week. And Duke says, you don't have to push yourself and do this class. I'll give you a pass. It's okay. Thea says, no, I have to prove myself. I've got to prove that I'm not weak. So let me go. Let me go. And she's pulling on Duke's shirt here. So Thea enters and Dempsey says, okay, but no crying this time.
No crying in WWE.
I'd kind of like next week just to see Thea, like this submission magician, just badass.
Just like kicking people.
Yeah.
Making people
tying them up.
Yeah. Need to see like John Moxley, Thea Hale style.
All right.
Yeah.
We go to our Tiffy-bration.
Yes, the Tiffy-bration. That doesn't really sound like
it. Looked like Tiffy Brat.
Tiffy Brat.
Tiffy Brat-tion.
Right.
Yeah. So it's Tiffany Stratton's NXT Women's Championship celebration. She says, raise your hands if you're not surprised that Tiffany Stratton is new NXT Women's Champion.
For podcast only listeners, we
put our hand up.
This is very Mean Girls-esque, I think she was going for. Raise your hands if you've been personally victimized by Tiffany Stratton. Is what she should have said, but yeah.
She goes, this Sunday, I went to the rightful spot of Tiffy Top of NXT, and this title has been held by legends Asuka, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, Rhea Ripley, and now I'm going to show what it means to be a true champion. And when I think of what a champion is, it is me. No one in that locker room can do what I can do. I am the epitome of what a true WWE champion is, and I'd like to invite the whole locker room out to recognize me as champion. And at first, no one comes out. So she says, well, I guess no one wants to know who my first opponent is going to be. Do you guys want to know? The crowd are going, yeah, we want to know. We want to know. She goes, well, tough. You think I care what you think? And then the locker room are like, all right, you can insult me, but do not insult the NXT universe.
That's right.
So they come out, all the women's locker room, and Tiffany says, oh, look at your faces. I know you're all starstruck, but I'm going to be the champion for a long time, and I might as well retire as the champion. And no one can sit with me. Not you, and I don't know why you're even out here. And then looks at Roxanne Perez and says, certainly not you. Oh, this is so awkward. I invited you all here. And, well, I just had a Tiffany epiphany. Why don't I give you all an opportunity? So it's announced that next week it's going to be a battle royal, and the winner will face Tiffany Stratton for the championship as she celebrates and balloons come down, confetti erupts,
lots
and
of pink
smoke, and then Thea Hale attacks. Tiffany.
She got that spunk.
Then Roxanne comes in, Fallon Henley, Lyra Valkyria. It's pretty much your top faces in the women's division. Beat up Tiffany and send her out the ring.
And then she's kind of embarrassed and is upset. Says, you'll pay for this. So next week, who do we think's winning this? Because I imagine the winner of this isn't necessarily the Bash opponent, but
No.
possibly like one of these TV specials in a few weeks.
I think it could be Thea.
Just after this.
Yeah,
like,
she was the first one to
yeah.
hit her. I think you could have it as something she's learned from, like they were teaching her defense, right? And
Right.
it could be a way that she ends up winning the thing by just.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
And then it can be an
Should be-
easy win for Tiff.
Yeah, and then Roxanne at the Great American Bash.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
should be Tiff's opponent for the big PLE. But yeah, you know what? That could be something fun. Thea Hale proving herself and then getting your hope spots in
Yeah.
versus Tiff could be pretty fun.
Or do the rematch again against Lyra, maybe, or something like that. But I think Thea would be.
You know
be
what?
fun for
Down
it.
the line, we will see that match because I did thinking back. That was a great match.
Yeah.
One of the best NXT women's matches in a long, long time. So
But yeah, I can see some fun segments to build up to Thea's match if it's
be
like
training.
Duke training her.
Yeah.
I don't know where Andre is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Tiff. I think she sounded better before, but now she's a champion. Maybe it's like nervous.
I felt this was the first time I felt she sounded really scripted.
yeah, something
And
was
maybe it
different.
was a longer segment than we've heard her do before.
Something is
Normally
different,
she's
yeah.
like quick promos before a match or an interview backstage, whereas this was more that kind of Monday Night Raw style, stand in the ring and deliver a 20-minute promo.
Also, like
it kind
again,
of felt like
I love her and she's a heel, right? But she's used to being really mean. She wasn't that mean. She could be a little bit meaner.
yeah, she didn't really run down everyone.
She didn't say anything
like,
mean.
Think of that segment with Enzo when he called out the whole cruiserweight locker room
Right.
and like destroyed all of them.
Yeah, she didn't say anything.
Where she was just like, "You can't sit with me. You can't sit with me."
Yeah,
Like she didn't say anything.
yeah. I know it's in her. She's
Hmm.
got it where she could be mean. So I hope that comes back out. She's like she could be the NXT Women's Champion, like MJF of NXT. Like if she got to that mean
Hmm.
list, because she definitely has the physique of being just a fantastic wrestler. But like the character is there. She's a champion now, and I don't know. Maybe we haven't seen her talk this much in one segment that it just kind of was different. Something did stand out. But yeah.
We see Trick Williams, who's on the phone when Lash legend Jakarta Jackson and Oro Mensah approach him, and Jakarta says that him and Mello are kind of cute, and he's like, "Wait, kinda?"
What do you mean, kinda?
And I think he said something like, "I might not always hit in the ring, but like on the looks department, we
He
don't
always
miss."
said, yeah. He says like Mello don't miss, but in my matches I might win, I might lose, but in the looks department, no, we don't miss.
And calls Jakarta Jackson, Miss Jackson, the distraction, and then says, "Lash, you're a distraction. I bet you want to hit me with that back action."
Is that what he said?
I think so.
That's what he said. Cannot confirm nor deny, but Trick once again making me spit out my drink while watching television on a Tuesday night. Oh man, if it's not booty meat, I don't know what this guy's saying half the time. No, I do, and I love it so much. The interactions between these guys were pretty good.
Danny Palmer is in the middle of the ring.
Oh boy.
And okay, we've seen her a couple of times in TikToks and things.
Have we? I've seen her
Like
videos on this
we've
show.
barely seen her on it, but I'm sure there are people watching it being like, "Who is this and why is she so mad?"
I was thinking that.
And she goes, "I cannot leave this ring until I find out who this attacker
I can't
is.
leave here. I didn't even know you were there in the first.
You attacked me and you attacked my best friend Sol Ruka, and now she's going to be out for an entire year, and I am not going anywhere until you show your face." Then we see on the big screen kind of what we saw at the weekend, like replays of all the attacks with this hooded figure watching it, and then the attacker turns around. She's wearing a face mask as well. It looks like she's about to take the mask off when the attacker is in the ring. Attacks Danny Palmer, hits her with a falcon arrow and a huge like almost like a Kamagoye, but with the boot to the face.
Yeah.
To Danny Palmer, and it's revealed it's Blair Davenport.
Ooh. Or as my favorite call of the night, Vic Joseph. Booker, it's Blair Davenport. Absolute silence.
Booker, Booker.
Booker, do you know Booker? Oh yeah. How much money do you think I've put down?
Again,
He did not know who that was.
Like we need that. We used to get the Moro cam we need it on Booker and Vic, because I can just picture it's Vic going, it's Blair Davenport,
Booker!
and he's just there going,
Who?
who? And he's like, oh yeah.
Well, hold on. If you're saying we're getting the Booker cam, it's just gonna be him ordering chicken parm all fucking night. But like, okay, so Booker once again not knowing who someone is. Was he calling NXT when she was here for that hot minute? When's the last time we saw her? Against Mako and Roxy, right? Or something?
Yeah, he was calling it then.
He was, right?
Wasn't he?
Okay.
Yeah. The end of NXT UK.
It's just so funny. Booker, it's Blair
Or
Davenport.
was it? No, that might have been Wade.
It just went so quiet. Like the crowd were reacting, kind of, right? Like some people knew who she was, and then just finally Booker just does not respond to Vic, and Vic had to carry it himself.
I do think the women's division definitely needs some baby faces. Like Blair is coming in as a top heel.
Right.
You've got Tiffany as a heel right now. When you think of the potential challengers for Tiffany right now, none are really viable.
Yeah.
Like Roxanne's kind of had a moment. I'm sure you could put her in there again. Someone like Thea Hale isn't ready for like a big match or a little TV match. And then it's what? Fallon Henley, Lyra Valkyria. That's kind of your baby faces right now. And now you're adding another heel. You've got Lash Legend and Jakarta who are heels. You've got Cora Jade who's a heel. Like they need to maybe this free agency thing bring down some women as well, I think.
Yeah, true.
Like
yeah.
some baby faces.
You know what? Like we're introducing Blair as this heel when we just crowned a super heel champion.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have anyone else unless Roxanne is still like sticking around to face her, which probably is happening. But yeah, I can't say I'm really too into this thing. I do know Blair Davenport is pretty good, so I am definitely willing to give this a shot. I'm not thinking her character is going to be a hacker or anything type that. I was suggesting, and I still think it would have been a better idea if you brought in her and Stevie Turner. It revealed that they were both doing it.
Right.
Scream situation. And like now you have a new tag team, which we don't have tag teams that clearly don't care about that division anymore and probably working on some way to how to get rid of those titles.
You could have Isla and Kaylee Ray defend at Great American Bash, maybe.
Against who?
Well,
like there's no one here. These two, like.
Oh, you've moved up your entire
you don't
division,
have
haven't you? You
yeah,
moved
you
up
don't have
Hayden and
anyone.
Katana as well.
So maybe that's why they're like, no tag teams, just do this.
We see Eddie Thorpe, who's with Malik Blade and Idris Anofi, who we haven't seen for a while, it seems like.
He got his tattoo removed.
And, yeah.
It was a fake tattoo.
They say they're trying to make Eddie... So Did Eddie beat Tyler last week?
No, he lost.
He lost?
Yeah. So they're like, hey, wins can, make you stronger. Wins
Yeah,
can do
like
a lot more
they're
than
making him feel
losses.
better.
I mean, yeah.
Where Damon Kemp comes in and says he was impressed, but I guess you can't win without cheating. Kind of calling out that Eddie Thorpe... I can't really remember their match, to be honest. I can't remember the finish there. But saying that he cheated against him.
Yeah.
So this sets up next week. We're getting Eddie Thorpe versus Damon Kemp again. I gotta say, the first time they had the match, I'm pretty sure Kemp impressed me more. I'm still waiting for Eddie to kind of step out a bit.
Yeah, Eddie's definitely just kind of been very generic, and I'm waiting for the wrestling to definitely kick in, and hopefully that happens soon. But right now, he's just kind of lower mid-drift character, chilling.
We go to our next match, Joe Coffey taking on Stax, and Joe Coffey's just throwing Stax around, big hip tosses. Stax then drop kicks Joe off the apron, kind of missed it a bit, but still sold it here. There's then a big DDT from Stax spiking Joe, which looked pretty nice. And then Stax does have these really nice, like, running uppercuts. European Cesaro style.
Yeah, he's like improved, but he's been like a solid wrestler and kind of a tough guy, right? And he's facing Joe Coffey. And we've got a tough Italian versus a tough Scotsman here, and this was just them beating the hell out of each other, but it was really Joe Coffey beating the hell out of Stax, and Stax taking it.
Yeah, these uppercuts from Stax look pretty good, followed by a neck breaker, and then there's a belly-to-belly off the top rope from Joe Coffey, and then Stax gets ran into the steps, sent into the turnbuckle, and then all the best for the bells, the big lariat from Coffey, turning Stax inside out for the win.
All the best for the bells.
I think that's what it's called.
I think you did a good job. I think I would have just called it the best of the bells, but it's for the best of the bells.
Is it for the best of the bells?
I have no idea.
I think it's all the best for the bells.
I think you are right.
Either way, it's a lariat and it's a stupid name.
Hey, you know what? Like, I don't like the name, the Gallow Gate, as what they called it. But you know what? At least I got to give them this. At least they name their moves and they clearly tell the commentators it, because sometimes you get toss power bomb,
Back heel kick.
So you know what? Call it these moves whatever
Yeah.
name you want, because it's cool. So I'll say it's all the best for the bells. Joe Coffey put the boots to Stacks, and Stacks always impresses. He's so good at getting beat up by people. I think in other circumstances and a few more minutes, these two could have had even a better match. But for what it was pretty good.
Yeah, Stacks is someone I definitely am enjoying watching his development, and hope he keeps going, because I think his little scenes, he's been pretty good, and I think he has impressed in ring.
So Stacks is clearly not involved with helping Tony D get arrested.
I don't
or anything
know.
like that.
I don't know.
So maybe Stacks decides, you know what, I'm actually part Scottish, so I'm gonna join Gallus, and like decides I'm not Italian anymore.
Right.
And joins him. But he got beat by him, and I don't know. But we'll see. I think Tony, we finally get Tony, and like is the end game Tony is finally free. Him and Stacks beat Gallus for the titles. After him going to jail, coming back, like that's like Tupac going to jail and coming out with a hot album. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like,
I do think it's eventually going Stacks was because it's wrestling.
you do think it's still him?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even though for now it's something they do, even though it
Okay.
makes no sense.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I'm
they'll
for
do the
that.
tag match, and then eventually, surely, the story's got to be
It was me.
the underboss takes out the Don. To be like, that's how these
We
stories
see
go.
a
no?
we see a backstage vignette where it's Stacks telling Dijak, who's not a cop but thinks he is, so writes down in his notebook and
Yeah.
then gives it to the cops.
They're just waiting. They're waiting for Cole Carter to get his release, right?
From AEW,
Yeah.
so he can bring him back.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the baddest. That would be this only like 3 people, and 2 of them are me and you would get it and like be like, wow, that's long-term storytelling.
I'd love it. That'd be great.
Stacks representing.
Speaking of long-term storytelling, let's talk about some Von-term storytelling.
Oh,
Von Wagner with Mr. Stone, and Stone's asking, what the hell was that last week? You got DQ'd. You put Luca through a table. And Von Wagner says that Luca got everything he had coming to him. And he's like, yeah, that's fine, but you got DQ'd. You lost the match. This could mess up your free agent status. All hitting out the hammer on the head of this free agency going on right now. And Stone says, look, whatever went on in your past, you have some serious anger management issues. So how about you see a therapist? And Von's all against it. And he's like, look, please, I'm asking you to do this for me. Wagner says he'll think about it. So I'm thinking and I'm hoping we might get a return of a certain Dr. Shelby.
that's who you thought the therapist to return? I mean,
Well, Kyle O'Reilly's.
I was thinking, yeah, Vaughn's out there. We know someone else is out there who also played a therapist on
Yeah.
NXT briefly that some people don't remember.
You should just do it and then be like, what are you talking about?
That
That's
wasn't
not me.
Yeah, it was me.
It's not me.
What was his name?
When do I wear hats?
Yeah, remember what was that? Let's do a NXT flashback here. Roderick Strong was deeply afraid of trunks because I think Dexter Lumis tried to murder him in his trunk. See, a lot of people have been getting put in trunks in NXT. That's a long-term thing. And then Undisputed Era decided we need to put Roddy through therapy, so they dressed Kyle O'Reilly up as a therapist or Sherlock Holmes, depending on how you see it. And and then he gave therapy to Roddy of how to get over his fear of trunks, which inevitably I don't think worked because Roddy still was afraid of trunks.
I'm just looking at the pictures. There is actually a person from Calgary who's an experienced and strategically oriented healthcare administrator.
Who specializes in trunks
Yeah, I guess so.
for people who are
Yeah,
scared
I
of-
still can't find the name though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping for Dr. Shelby.
I don't know. Of all the times Dr.
Said
Shelby...
anger management. That was the course they did.
Was it?
Yeah.
They did anger management?
Yeah.
Okay, possibly. When was the last time we saw Dr. Shelby? We've seen him a few times since, like, Dr. Hellman.
Have we had a... I think they've done
AEW?
They've had him come back once, yeah.
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 Okay, well, Vaughn's going to therapy for his pictures of him as a baby.
Yeah, gonna be great.
Yeah.
We get a really actually cool recap of this Dragunov Dijak match. I really like this. It says last Sunday, and you see Dragunov calling his son.
This is totally different. You never see NXT shoot things like this. It's like documentary Road 2 style.
It is, but then kind of, like cinematic, like those prime targets, like with the added like sort of epic trailer music underneath. Dragunov calls his son, and he's speaking in Russian, and says, "I will be back, I promise." And you hear, "Bye, Papa.
Bye, Papa."
And then you hear like this voiceover. Is it the pain who keeps searching for me? Or am I the one who keeps searching for pain? Or maybe I am the pain. It doesn't matter, because after tonight, the world will know pain. And you see him like in his gear getting ready for his match, just like screaming at the wall. You see Dijak kind of in gorilla ready to come out. Then we get this recap of the match, and it ends with the words, "Tonight the world shall know pain." I thought this was a lot of people's, some people's like one of their matches of the weekend, this Dijak Ilya match. And I thought they did a really good job here, kind of showing you again, hey, we had a pretty good match that happened at the weekend in a pretty different way from just showing highlights.
Yeah, no, this is great. I mean, this guy is so different. We keep complimenting on this dude, Ilya, for being so, like, different from other wrestlers throughout years. Like, there's this an intensity but behind his eyes and the way he speaks and just the way he's presented. And this, yet again, showing that. The way they film this, they never film other people like this on the phone with their kid, like, yelling at a wall. Like, dude's really intense. He's a scary Russian dude. This just screams, you're the champion right now. You need to be the guy right now. So instantly, Mellow Dragunov is the match at Bash, the Great American Bash. So, like, I don't know what you do with this guy until then. Like, he's done here. He just crushed this dude. If this guy's not your champion, where is he? Why is he on this show? Is basically what I'm thinking. This guy's so good. I cannot think of any other wrestler that is like this guy. You can be like, oh, he's like Kota Ibushi because the way he chops and kicks. Yeah, but he's not like in this way.
It's one of those things where if he's allowed to be him, kind of like Walter was on the main roster, like there's no holding this guy back because he's so over the top, but in such a brilliant way that you can't just have this guy being jobbed out in 3-minute matches. No, you know,
he's just
it
so
just
different.
wouldn't work.
This is cool.
It says he's returning next week. I do still think it's a Bron Breakker match.
Oh, right.
I think he's going to have a bit of an in-ring segment and then get speared by Breakker, setting that up. And
that would bang, yeah.
It kind of makes sense, but you've now got a pissed off Bron Breakker, and Ilya's unbreakable.
Unbreakable versus Braun
the Breaker. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that would be a good match for the Bash.
It's a good movie too, Unbreakable.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Bruce Willis.
Good shit. Before
he's retired now, has he? Or is it
he's not doing too well. Prayers up for Bruce.
All right.
Yeah.
We go to our next match, Cora Jade versus Ivy Nile. Cora starts like faking her eye injury to start with.
She does have she has a black eye.
Yeah.
She's claiming it's from the crow kick.
Yes.
The falcon kick. The blackbird.
Yeah.
The black eye bird.
And she catches Ivy with a back elbow. Ivy starts to clothesline her and throw her around the ring. Cora starts to pull at Ivy's hair. And then Cora just biffs Ivy right in the face and drop kicks her in the ropes. Ivy starts delivering some of her kicks, which look pretty nice, I think. Goes for a suplex, but it gets countered into a roll-up. And then Ava Raine comes out and attacks Ivy Nile, which causes the distraction, and Cora Jade hits her DDT for the finish.
This did nothing for me. I don't understand why Ivy, clearly off the pay-per-view, having beef with Ava, earlier in the night having beef. They set up this match with like her just stepping into Cora Jade's business, but then it's only to further the stuff with Ava Raine. It's clearly because Ava Raine's just not ready to be put in this position or something, but yeah. I did not see that as the problem. I am just so over Cora Jade. Like, I don't understand what this character is. You're from Chicago. You're a CM Punk fan. You do all the bits from everyone else. The best bit in this match is when Cora Jade licked her hand and slapped her in the face. That's a Trish Stratus. Like, so many other wrestlers do that. I get it. But, like, everything from her just is, like, her acting, playing wrestler to me. And I've definitely not been a fan for the past few months, but this was the worst part of the show for me.
I agree, and I think her wrestling hasn't stood out at all since being a heel.
It's what's the opposite of going? It's
Regress.
like, yeah, it has. Honestly.
And I think she is good. I think we've seen her have good matches when she was a babyface. She certainly did.
Right.
Like I think the one against Natalia I really enjoyed, and I'm not even that high on Natalia.
No,
I
it was
remember
good,
she's had good matches in the past, but they need to go back to the drawing board with this character because it just isn't clicking at all. And you're completely right. It's so cosplay.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of people in wrestling that do that. They act a part, and that's part of it, what it is. But for me, this character is so blatantly just a little kid acting mean. That's just not hitting for me. Like in all cylinders, the wrestling is just not there at all, and I just don't see what maybe a lot of other people do. But sorry, not sorry. Just definitely. Lately it's been anytime she's on the show, I'm like, ooh, this is a segment that dragged down, and this proved it again for me. And I just don't know what you do with her.
I can also not really see where Ivy goes either. I do like her in ring, but I don't see her character being enough that she's going to really progress from this position, you know. And I think even if she is main roster at any point, she'll be she'll be like, a Dana Brooke just floating around, not really doing anything. I feel
Ivy's like gimmick is she's in the dojo, she's ripped, she is a pretty good wrestler as well. Like I'd say maybe a bit more better than Cora, but Cora's character is just so like I just don't understand. Just not for me. Maybe
we go to Tank and Hank, who are backstage, and they're checking on each other after.
See, these are characters I can get behind. Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank,
the bros.
They're checking on each other after their match from last week, and they're like, "How's your shoulder, bro?" It's it's good, but
you okay? You crushed it last week,
bro.
Yeah,
my ribs are a bit, but no, you crushed it.
No.
And Malik Blade and Idris Anofi show up, and they're saying, "Look, it worked. Us facing each other, we've now got this connection between us. So let's say our favorite things after 3. Okay, favorite food. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Chicken palm."
Shout out Booker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Favorite animal? Honey badger.
Honey badger don't care.
Don't care.
Honey badger don't give a shit.
Favorite sauce? Buffalo. And we've been tight after that. And Malik and Idris like,
sauce.
Really? You're talking about sauce? And he's like, no, we'll try it again. Best movie? Jaws. And then Malik and Idris try it, and they go, best day to work out. And one says Sunday, one says Saturday. And then they go,
it's Malik who says Saturday, to be clear, because he's the nerd of the group, right? Right?
I mean, I would think you'd want to work out on the Saturday because you'd be hungover on the Sunday.
True. Yeah, true. Missed it. I thought they were going to say it every week because these guys are jacked, specifically Idris.
And then they say favorite topping to a pizza, and one says pineapple, the other says pepperoni. I'm sick of the pineapple debate now at this point. Yeah, it's good.
We had pineapple on burgers the other day.
We did.
Pineapple on burgers is
pineapple works on a lot of things.
Yeah. I know someone right now is like, you sons of bitches talking about pineapple. It doesn't belong. No, it does.
What do you think of beets on a burger?
No, let's not get
burger
crazy.
with a lot. Aussie burger.
No, you don't need.
You've got to get that beet. You got to that egg.
Just people are like, oh, like fruit doesn't belong on like pizza. Well, yeah, like tomatoes are
a fruit.
Yeah, so like stop. Yeah. Just stop that. Just try it.
Let people enjoy things.
Yeah. What? So sorry. Continue what happened here with this team.
So Malik and Idris are like, oh well, maybe
we should fight.
Maybe we should fight. That sounds fun. I think Idris and Malik having a 1-on-1 in the next couple of weeks.
What's going on with all the teams that now these guys are starting to
It brings you closer, right?
So are we gonna fight?
Yeah.
We'll be closer.
Yeah.
All right, on the count of 3, favorite food. 1, 2, 3. Steak. All right, favorite animal. Frogs.
Sorry, you didn't count down.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Frogs.
Okay, I think we could agree with the favorite sauce. 1, 2, 3, favorite sauce.
Hot.
All right. I mean, buffalo is pretty good.
Buffalo's good.
Yeah.
I got a nice buffalo blue cheese sauce the other day.
Okay, and favorite movie. 1, 2, 3.
Lord of the Rings.
Joe Dirt. Oh, man, we weren't on the same.
Yeah,
we need a fight.
Let's fight.
I would like to see these guys fight, but I think I would like to see Tank and Hank versus Idris and Malik, who also, like, Idris and Malik have stepped up. Why have they been cast aside like this? Let's go.
We haven't seen them face Gallus yet, have we?
No, like they should be.
I completely forgot they're in this division. They've definitely been. Maybe I don't know if one has been slightly banged up or anything recently, but it's been a bit.
Because I know you people out there who like maybe don't watch NXT all the time.
You people
who check out the PLEs and stuff. This team hasn't been featured a lot, and I think they're a kind of a hidden gem that's been chilling here.
They're really good. Yeah. So I think
they're young, but
they'd be good to have a match against Gallus down the line.
They could probably bring out a good match out of Gallus. Yeah, for sure.
Ivy and the Creeds are sick of this crap. Ivy wants Ava next week, and the Creeds want Dyad next week too. So I imagine we're getting them next week. I don't know if you'll get anything with that 6-man or anything with the.
Yeah, I loved how they're like, Dyad, you could get it too. 4 roots, 1 stupid ass tree, and then there's like a pull apart. So yeah, I don't know if Dyad's just fighting with everyone these days. Is Ali gonna team with the Diamond Mine or with Wes and Tyler? I don't know, but either way, the Dyads aren't going anywhere, and I'm okay with that. I think we will get Ali Gacy a 1-on-1 sooner than later too.
Yeah, that could be his first match, maybe.
Yeah.
We go to our main event of the evening. It's for the NXT Championship. Carmelo Hayes taking on Noam Dar.
Champion v champion match.
Champ v champ, yeah.
Imagine both were on the line.
But just the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
There's Melo locks in a headlock on Noam. Melo locks in a headlock on Noam, and as he's cranking it, there's Trick on the outside who's like cranking it himself, like miming. And I think, are the crowd chanting "Lock it in"?
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Sometimes you gotta lock it up.
Yeah. Melo hits the springboard clothesline. After the break, he hits the fadeaway on Noam, and then Dar hits his dirty, like, Superman southpaw punch.
Okay, number 1, he makes this look good.
It looks so good.
Number 2, who let him do that? Because their undisputed champion for 1,000 days can't do that move as good as this.
It's like, it's a quick one. It doesn't quite have the height. It's more like a lunge, like a really, like, springy lunge with the left.
The Iceman.
It looks so good. I love this move.
Yeah.
Melo hits his satellite takedown, and then on the outside, Trick Williams takes out Oro Mensah. So the ref says, "You are out of here," sending Trick away.
Mensah like baited him in, and they were all around the ring, kind of messing with him. They're acting as if they're kind of friendly with Trick, but then they're like snake behind his back. So Trick decked him, and then the ref throws him out, leaving all 3 of them on the outside for Noam, but no one on the outside for Melo.
Melo and Dar are trading kicks. There's a Judas effect from Dar, and then Melo hits his suplex lift into the cutter. Mensah then knocks Melo off the top rope as the referee is distracted by Lash and Jackson. And that's when Dragon Lee and Nathan Fraser come out to kind of back up Melo here. Melo hits a crossbody that takes out Mensah and Dar on the floor, and then hits the nothing but net for the win.
Yeah, a pretty fun main event. I liked how they set it up today. I love how Noam Dar kind of got slotted into this position. I don't think it hit as well as I liked Noam Dar's match on the pay-per-view, obviously, or the week before, but still pretty cool to see these two go at it, and definitely hangover vibes, like, hey, we're giving you a title shot. You know the guy's not going to beat him for it, but we'll have some other things that set up. Obviously, Dragon Lee, Nathan Fraser, and Noam Dar all put together in this kind of Heritage Cup scenario. They'll continue off in Spiral. I'm sure we'll get tag team with Mensah, and then it leaves Melo to go off. But the match was pretty fun. Some cool back and forths. Like you said, Dar's Superman punch is so good. I don't know what it is from the last time I watched this guy on NXT UK for now. He came back like an MMA like influenced wrestler almost, but still silly, still has the charisma, and now has like the posse, the entourage to go with it. So he's a whole package instantly in like overnight success that seems to, in a week. I'm like, is this guy like my new favorite thing of NXT?
Yeah, he's a guy I've enjoyed in the past, but when he came back, I was kind of at the point where like your time is kind of gone now. Like, and he's really been proving me wrong.
Absolutely.
I didn't love this match. I thought it didn't really get cooking as much as it could. It was a bit too much interference and stuff. But I do like that they've slotted Dar and this new group as like a pretty prominent feature of NXT now.
yeah, where do you see Melo going? Because we obviously were mentioning that we think whether it's Dragunov at the Bash, is it Braun?
Well, I'll tell you where it's going. The Lone Wolf.
Ah!
After the match, Baron Corbin comes out to beat up Carmelo Hayes.
Who?
And hits... I thought this End of Days looked pretty cool, actually. He hits a huge End of Days on Melo and poses with the title as NXT goes off the air.
You can do what you like, Shawn Michaels. You can paint the black and gold walls, all the different paint splatter colors. You can take all our superstars to Raw and SmackDown, but for the love of God, please, whatever you do not bring Baron Corbin back to NXT. And now we did it.
I'm all for it. We're just getting to a point in wasNXT where Baron Corbin's showing up in matches as well, and now he's coming back. So
I'm watching way too much of this guy. You know what? I instantly just don't care about this match. I'm sure this will be in a few weeks at some sort of TV special, title defense with Melo, obviously beating Baron Corbin. I don't see him losing to him, at least, so that's a plus. But yeah.
So these free agents who have come down, do you see this as like a kind of Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles kind of pit stop like we've seen in the past, or do you think it's a bit more substantial, more like an Apollo Crews run, like a 3 months kind of thing?
I fucking hope. I really despise this wrestler. So I mean, the character doesn't really. What is his character now? You said he was Happy Corbin. I did enjoy his fashion when he was Happy Corbin. He looked happy. Yeah, I think he stays around for the title match and that's it.
And when would that be? Is that the Bash?
No. In a few weeks. TV.
Okay.
TV. You think people are gonna buy tickets to that match?
It depends what the reason is for
Everyone in
down.
Cedar Park's getting their wallets out.
No, but what I'm saying is it's clear when like an Apollo Crews comes down to NXT that they're like, look, we like you, but we need to figure some shit out. And I think Mustafa Ali is in that role as well. He's incredibly talented. Nothing they've given him on the main roster has stuck.
Wouldn't it have been better if Baron Corbin came out earlier and was like siding with Gacy, like helping the heel, and then Ali comes out, kind of a shocker, only to beat up Melo to get like a reaction. Like that match sounds way better. Like Ali and Melo, take my money, absolutely. Sell out, get some tickets out, but Baron Corbin, like, no, absolutely not. It's a TV match, for sure. But
okay, so you think he's here just for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, I really hope so. Because I'm
not asking what you hope. What do you think they're doing? Is this like an Apollo Crews situation, or no?
I don't know. I genuinely don't care. This is my least favorite. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's get past this. But
I love it. I hope he's here to stay. I think this guy's great. I think he's underrated, and let's see what he can do with a fresh coat of paint.
How would you what NXT gimmick would you give Baron Corbin now? I mentioned I think he's a pretty nice dude in real life. I feel like giving him a barbecue, grill master gimmick could work for him. That's something that could. I do miss his original entrance with the lamppost.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Let's bring that back at least.
Go back to the Lone Wolf.
Get a skullet.
Yeah.
Grow that back. Bring back the old Baron Corbin. I always hated Baron Corbin, and then it was him versus Cena at SummerSlam, where Cena audibly after the match was like, that guy's shit. And I went, thanks, John. But yeah, that was NXT, and I'm so excited.
Good. I'm glad you are.
Yeah, I'm really excited for next week's.
All right. Well, that's what we thought. Let's go and see what you guys thought. We always put up feedback threads on our Facebook page. If you're not following it yet, why aren't you? Just type in the words Poisonrana on your Facebook. Have you got the feedback there?
I do not. Sorry.
Mine, I'm seeing people leaving messages, but I can't.
People just DMing each other in the thing. Yeah, you're right. I can open up people's like messages, but I can't.
I'm gonna look on my phone. All right. You can filibuster for a bit.
I think there's none.
No, I'm seeing there's 7 comments on this.
When I click it, it's.
When I click it, it's not. Yeah.
Oh, I see it here. No, I don't actually.
All right. This is weird. I think Facebook's being strange.
Facebook's just shut down on us.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no. That's...
Read them in wheat, man.
Okay, here we go. Magan.
Of course. Yeah, just wing it.
I'll make it up. The previous regime didn't even bother trying to address the free agent talent Triple H and company took full advantage by having Mustafa Ali show up and bum-ass Corbin attack Melo before the show went off the air. I bet it'll be a title match on the Bridge episode, Heatwave mayhaps. As for Mustafa, I hope it's long-term. Imagine the matchups with a deeper mid-card. I'd be seated for every match he could be involved with. I called it weeks ago about Blair Davenport being the mystery attacker. I'll take this dub. The main event was solid, with Dragon Lee and Nathan Fraser getting their licks back on Noam Dar, and the steel cage match was what Gigi and Jacy needed to cap off a feud that was marred by injuries. Booker T needs to step up on commentary. Repeating his buzzwords makes me roll my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think a lot of people were saying Blair Davenport from like the get-go, but
no, only Magan.
Only Magan.
Yeah. Shall I continue?
Yeah, I can't open it. I'm sorry.
We go to Dylan, who says, Wesley has been great since long before he came to NXT, but damn is he on another level now. Interested in Ali on NXT should lead to some bangers. Glad Blair is back. Sometimes the obvious answer is the right one. Corbin going back to NXT may be exactly what he needed. NXT is in need of upper card heel right now anyway. We continue on with Sean, who says, this was the most notable episode from a wrestling standpoint, but the two matches that needed to deliver tonight, the first and last one, definitely did so. Gigi and Jacy finally found their groove with the help of some weapons and a steel cage. Both ladies took it to each other and delivered a great blow-off to their feud, and Noam Dar was an inspired first challenger for Melo after his Battleground match. The two put on a good match, a good back-and-forth main event that further allowed Dar to show what he is capable of. Outside those matches, NXT was mostly concerned with setting up their next storylines going forward. But the big story here, the new faces that we saw. Ali in the North American picture? Yes, please. Blair back in the women's division? Yes, indeed. And Baron Corbin? While this will certainly be divisive, I like the decision. Corbin is an underrated worker in my opinion, and a return to NXT fits his story and gives Melo a big heel who already has heat to contend with. Definitely interested to see where this goes. And then
my Facebook's still broken.
Still
so
weird.
Sorry, yeah.
All right. I'm going Broadway here.
Yeah, fuck.
We go to Fire Frank, who says, shout out Honey Badgers and Booker not knowing who anyone is unless they wrestled on 205 Live.
What?
And then finally, we go to Brandon, who says...
Brandon who?
Just Brandon. First time, long time, I think.
Okay.
Says, hey, yeah, just wanted to leave some feed in the back. Know what I'm saying? Some feed in the back. Feel me? It's hard to find good feed at home hardware. Canadian Tire let me down. What should I do? How can the pain go away from being let down? Just a few thoughts. I'm filibustering. I know. And Porter is rolling his eyes like Undertaker in 98. But I do have a question, and I'll ask you it after the break.
I got a question. What's your problem, Brandon?
What's your problem, Brandon?
Brandon?
Fight me.
Yeah. New Jersey sucks. You don't suck, though, people listening to us and joining us here in the YouTube chat. Thank you for listening to us talk all about some NXT. Things are rolling after Battleground. Got Baron Corbin. We got some Wolves. Things are going to be crazy. Don't worry, I'm going to fix Wolves. Next Tuesday, we'll be live after NXT, as we always are, here on the Post Wrestling feed, talking all about some NXT. And I'm sure we got some sick tag matches to talk about. You know what? I like the dyads now that are they leaving? Are they not? Maybe we won't see them again. I hope they put on some good matches, and we'll get some good matches with Ali and Baron Corbin. So we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll be back on the Poisonrana feed on Sunday, but like I said, we got lots and lots of shows. So go follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you use those two things, at Poisonrana Pod. And if you use Facebook, we have a page, and if you find the Poisonrana page, links you to the Facebook group, the Poisonrana group, and that's where we post these feedback threads and memes and all fun stuff, including some feedback threads of best match ever Sabu.
Oh yeah,
which we would love some feedback for the show on that. Give us your favorite Sabu matches and moments, and we'll talk about it and read it on the show, as we are recording that on Friday for the Patreon. But if you like free shows this week, the Sesh, John, Way, Davie, and Brady, all talking about Succession and the finale of that, and that'll be out sometime tomorrow or Thursday on the Poisonrana feed as well. So lots and lots of podcasts, so many podcasts, and if you want more, Poisonrana.ca for the links for everything that we do. And yeah, Forbidden Pour, you already know all the links, but hey, we couldn't do this stuff without you fine people. So thank you very much for listening, and everyone in the YouTube chat, we love you too. Always correcting us. Siino, Frank,
Yeah.
We love
Throw up the frogs.
Yeah, throw your frogs up. And I can't wait to see a lot of you fine people in a month or so from now. So, yeah, we love you guys, and we can't do it without you. So, I myself, Braden Herrington, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheBrady.
And you can find me at Davie Portman.
That's it. That's all. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And, yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
Baron
MC Braden Herrington.
He's a wolf, you know?
Yeah. Ahoy!
Poisonrana.